$1, a single coin. A quiet, ordinary dollar. You hold it every day and it feels small. You trade it for gum, a chocolate bar, a scroll of endless pixels. It slips from your fingers without memory. You never stop to ask what that dollar could have been. But what if that same dollar didn't leave? What if it stayed with you and quietly multiplied while you weren't looking? Stay with me, because by the end of this story, you'll never see a dollar the same way again. Let's start with something simple. Imagine you take just $1 a day, nothing more, and drop it into a small jar. One day passes, then another. By the end of the month, you have about $30. Not much. It's the price of a meal, or maybe half a tank of gas. But here's where the magic begins. You don't just save it, you let it grow. You invest it, carefully, quietly, in something that earns about 10% a year on average, and you keep going. $1 every day, rain or shine, year after year. It doesn't sound like much, does it? Just one coin, one small decision repeated. But over 40 years, that tiny habit turns into something incredible. Not $14,600, which is what you'd save if you hid it under your bed, but more than $230,000, all from that one daily dollar that never stopped working. Because compounding doesn't just grow money, it grows time itself. Think of it like planting a tree. The first few years, it's thin and fragile. You water it, but it barely changes. You doubt it sometimes. You wonder if it's even growing at all. But then one day, you look up, and it's taller than the house. It shades the yard, it hums with quiet life. Birds rest on its branches, and roots stretch deep beneath your feet. That's what compounding does. It grows in silence. It grows when you're not watching. And by the time you notice, it's already changed your world. Most people never reach that moment because they think growth starts big. They wait for extra money. They wait for a raise or a miracle, as if abundance only begins when life feels perfect. But the truth is reversed. You earn more because you start, not the other way around. A single dollar teaches discipline. Discipline becomes a rhythm, and rhythm turns into freedom. You don't need to start rich. You just need to start steady, even when it feels pointless, even when it feels small, because time has a quiet way of rewarding those who show up. Let's picture two people. Sarah starts saving $1 a day at 20. Mark waits until 30. Same jobs, same habits, same investments. By 60, Sarah's small daily choice has grown into over $230,000. Mark, who started 10 years later, he has barely half of that. Same effort, same rate, different time. That's the secret no one notices. Time is the most valuable currency of all. It's invisible, but it's always ticking. You can't buy more of it, but you can learn to partner with it. And maybe you're thinking, okay, but $1? That's nothing maybe. But it's not about the number. It's about what it represents. Because if you can spare $1, you can spare $2. If you can spare $2, you can spare $5. And if you can do it once, you can do it forever. What matters is consistency, not size. It's not the dollar that makes you wealthy. It's the decision behind it. It's the moment you choose to care about your future as much as your present comfort. So here's the gentle truth. Every day, you're already investing. When you buy coffee, you invest in energy for the morning. When you scroll endlessly, you invest in distraction. When you save, you invest in freedom. Every dollar is a vote. Every habit compounds. And even when it feels invisible, the future is listening. Because small things don't stay small for long. They gather momentum. They find allies. They build empires quietly in the background. Imagine you, 40 years from now. You open that jar, now a glowing number in a quiet account. You see not just the total, but the timeline it carries. Every single dollar that stayed, every day you showed up. You feel gratitude, not greed. Because what you built wasn't money, it was peace. Security breathing room. It's not about getting rich. It's about never feeling trapped again. It's about knowing that your past self cared enough to make life easier for you. So the next time you hold a $1 bill, don't see it as nothing. See it as a seed, a quiet promise waiting for soil and time. Because in the end, wealth isn't built overnight. It's built one quiet dollar at a time, one small vote for the life you want, one act of patience repeated endlessly. So, take a breath. Look at that small coin in your hand. It's your future in disguise. What will you do with it? So, what will you plant today? A seed or a receipt?